And our second set of exercises, we will be sitting down in a chair. Before we get into the 4 exercises I have planned for this video, I want to discuss our posture while we're sitting. Normally when we're at a desk, our back is against the backrest. We're kind of slouched over and not really maintaining good posture. When we're doing these exercises, however, we want to make sure that we're sitting at the end of our seats, our feet are planted nice and firm on the ground, and our back is not against that backrest. We're sitting nice and tall, our shoulders are rolled back, and we have a slight lift to that chin. So for our first sitting exercise, we'll be going into a chest press. For this exercise, the resistance band will be wrapped around the backrest, and both ends of the resistance band will be taken into both hands. Now you can decide whether you want the resistance band tucked above the elbows or below the elbows, whichever feels most comfortable for you. I chose to go below. We're going to keep our hands at about midline of the chest, and we're going to extend both of our hands forward and then coming back, keeping that chest nice and proud as we push out and extend our arms and then come back, control all the way to that starting position. For our second exercise, we'll be going into a bicep curl. So for this exercise, our resistance band will be coming underneath our chair. Again, taking both ends of the resistance band into both of our hands. You might need to modify the length of the resistance band depending on how long yours is. I'm going to wrap mine around my hand once as well just to get a better grip. And then from here, we can either alternate or bring both arms up at once. So for alternating, we'll bring one up, back down, bring the other back down. Going both at the same time will add just a little bit extra resistance. So again, whichever you're comfortable with, trying to get 10 to 12 sets of this in, and then repeating it for a second time. Our next exercise will be an overhead press. So keeping the resistance band in the same setup as we did with the bicep curl. Instead, we'll be going into a goalpost pose where our resistance bands are tucked behind our elbows. From here, we will extend our hands all the way up and bringing it all the way down, nice and controlled. Pushing up and then pushing it back down. And for our last exercise, we'll be going into a tricep extension. So leaving the resistance band where it is, we'll be taking both ends, bringing them together and behind our back. This one might be difficult, again, if you have a shorter resistance band and could involve you tying one end to the chair and just using a single end in order to achieve this exercise. Once we have both resistance bands behind our back, we will extend our arms straight up and slow and control back down. Remembering to still sit up nice and tall, back is away from that backrest, and feet are still planted on the ground.